Hi, Sherry here, and I have a nice flow for your hips, so come on down, let's get started. We're gonna have a seat on our behind, and we're gonna have our feet out in front of us, firmly planted into the mat. A little bit of space between the feet and the knees, and hands are gonna slide right under those thighs. On your in-breath, I want you to rise up, press your heart forward, lift the chin to the sky, find that cow sensation in the back. And then on the exhale, we're gonna round on back, just like we do in our cat pose. Maybe tuck the chin, slide into those hips. Let's inhale, rise up, lift up, look up. And exhale to slide on back. Let's do that one more time. We're gonna inhale to come up nice and high. Press forward, open up the throat. And then exhale as you tuck and curl. We're going to inhale to that neutral spine, and let's take those feet around behind us, finding our tabletop shape. Use a blanket under your knees if you need to. And once you get into your tabletop shape, just take a moment to find some squareness in the hips. The feet are flat to the mat. Hands are either under the shoulders if your wrists allow, or in my case, I go a little bit ahead of the shoulder to allow for an injury in my left wrist. We're going to inhale, take a nice long spine here. So without even moving a muscle, I want you to imagine that the top of your head is pushing forward. Your tailbone is pressing back, finding some length and strength in the core. Exhale right here. And on your next inhale, I want you to take that left shin, pick it up, and crisscross it over the right side. Maybe the knee touches the ground, maybe not quite, depending on your body mechanics here. We're going to find a little bit of a swing from side to side in the tailbone. So let your sacrum start to just float from side to side here, just beginning to welcome in some extra space in the hips. Mostly it's going to feel like it's activating through the right side, a little less in the left. Good, just one more swing from side to side here. This is a really subtle movement, taking our time getting into the deeper movements. We're going to take that left shin, pick it back up so that it's floating off the floor. And as you exhale, you're going to take that left foot and step it right between those thumbs so that you can find your low lunge pose. We're going to inhale and rise up, bring those fingertips all the way up to the sky. Interlace fingers, and then as you exhale, I want you to take those knuckles down behind you, just to get a little stretch through the upper body here. We're going to inhale, press elbows up. Little tiny back bend, the tiniest little back bend here. So you're lifting your gaze, reaching elbows to the sky, finding some space in the ribs. And on our next exhale, we're going to sweep those hands to either side of this left foot. Let's take the back toes, curl them under, lift up into your high lunge. And then from here, what I want you to do is take your back foot and bring it about halfway up that distance between the feet. So about halfway up. We're going to let the back knee come all the way back down. It should be really close to that front heel. We're squeezing everything in together so that front heel and that back knee are coming together. They're actually like magnets pulling them in. And then soft and sweet, we're going to inhale to let go of the ground. You might be a little wobbly here. My back toes are curled under, but you could certainly flatten that foot if you needed to. Once again, interlace fingers, press those knuckles to the sky. And as you exhale, I want you to bring those knuckles down behind you. Press your elbows up as you lift your gaze. You might be a little wobbly here. This is a challenge for the balance for sure. Now exhale, release hands, bring them to either side of this front foot. We're going to take the back toes and we're going to kick them off to the left. And that gives us space for the behind to land. So use your hands to walk yourself back and just land that behind. Take your left foot, crisscross it over the right thigh, and let's find a nice deep stretch to the left. We're going to find the right elbow landing on the outside of the left knee. Left hand comes behind us for support. We're gonna inhale nice and tall here, maybe looking slightly diagonally from the hips. And then as we exhale, we're gonna dig into this left thigh with the right elbow to find the full twist. Looking back over the left shoulder. We inhale some height. We exhale some depth. Good. Inhale, undo all of that stuff. Come to your center. We're going to hold on to this front knee. Take this bottom foot and swing it out. So swing it all the way out so that now those toes point to the sky. We're going to let this left thigh point forward as the calf rests on the right thigh. If that's a little bit tender, you could certainly put the foot on the floor. Otherwise, let's leave this foot here to get a little bit deeper sensation in that hip. So those right toes are pointing on up. We're going to inhale to lift, always finding length, and then exhale to reach. Fingertips, maybe wrap around those toes or foot. Maybe they come around the shin. You land wherever you want to land, but I do encourage you to inhale the top of your head toward those toes, and then exhale to let your nose come down. Imagine that it could touch that bottom knee. Let's find 2 more breaths here. Good, lots of sensations in that left hip. The knee is consciously pressing down, the left foot is flexed. In-breath allows us to walk on up, and the out-breath takes our hands behind us. Those fingertips are going to point away. I want you to take the foot that's out in front of you and start to bend the knee, slide the heel in. Find your seated pigeon pose here. So this left shin is coming in toward the heart. We're going to find the slightest little rock from side to side. Really small and sweet to start. Good. Just a couple more, just like that. And then we'll find some stillness to really get into this left hip. So find some stillness. You may have to walk that right foot a little further out to accommodate what's going to happen here. We're going to take those hands and we're going to scoop them underneath so that we can get a hold of this left calf. Palms are going to face the sky. Now inhale, find your posture. And exhale, I want you to use those hands on that left shin to pull your heart in toward your thigh, in toward your calf. You're going to feel that big yummy stretch in the left side here. Take another breath in. Exhale, pull a little bit more. Beautiful. We're going to let those hands slide out of that space. They're going to come right back behind us for support. And now we're going to take this right foot and we're going to kick it back over to the left to let that left foot land. Once we get here, we're going to take this left shin and we're just going to see if we can kind of lay it down on top of that right leg, using the hands as leverage to actually push the knee down a little bit. Beautiful. Let's take this left leg, swing it behind us, and make our way right back into that tabletop shape. Once you get into your tabletop shape, feel free to find some free movement here, right? So just kind of wash those hips out, maybe a rock from side to side, whatever feels good. And then meet me in the center. We'll square ourselves back up. So knees under hips, tops of the feet flat, hands under shoulders, or maybe slightly ahead of the shoulders. Let's take that right shin, lift it up, and then crisscross it over. Maybe the knee touches down, maybe not quite. We're going to find a little bit of a swing from side to side. So you're just letting that tailbone rock, beginning to welcome in some space and movement into the other side. Good. All right, we're going to make our way to center. Pick up that right shin, it's going to float. And then we're going to take that foot right between those thumbs into the low lunge. Once we're here, press down into the feet. Inhale to rise up. And once again, we're going to interlace fingers. Wrap those knuckles. Exhale, bring them down toward the shoulder blades, and then inhale to press the elbows up. So get some length in the ribs and the triceps, open up the heart. Exhale, hands are gonna come down to either side of this front foot, and here's where we take the back toes, curl them under, lift the back knee up, high lunge. We're gonna take that back foot, we're gonna step it about halfway up that space between those feet. Good. And now we bend the back knee and land it really close to that front heel. As a matter of fact, they can even touch. My back toes are gonna stay curled under, but if you need a little extra support here, you could certainly uncurl them, okay? We're gonna inhale to let go of the ground. Start to rise back up, maybe a little wobbly. Once again, interlace fingers. Press to the sky. Exhale, bend elbows. Teeny little back bend just by lifting your gaze. Exhale, release the hands. Now we take the left foot. It's going to pivot to the right. That allows us to bring the behind back to the mat. And now the right foot is going to crisscross the left thigh. We're going to take the left elbow to the outside of that right knee. Right hand comes behind us. And on our exhale, we find our twist. Inhale tall. Exhale deeper. Inhale, come back to your center. Release those hands. Let's take that foot that's underneath us. Kick it out long. Toes are going to point to the sky. This right shin is going to rest right on top of this left thigh. Of course, you can take it off if it doesn't feel quite right in that muscle. Here we go. Inhale to find your height. And then exhale to find the depth. Hands maybe at the foot, maybe on the shin. But I do invite you to actively press the top of the head toward the toes. And exhale as you bring your nose down to that knee. Here we go. We're going to inhale to walk up the length of that leg, coming all the way up and in. Once again, hands come behind us. We're going to lean into the hands for support. And we start to bend this left leg, drawing the right shin close. Once we have it about as close as we want it, we're going to let the hips rock just a little bit from side to side. Let's do 2 more. Good, 1 more. And then come to your center. Maybe slide that left foot out just a little bit so that we can get those hands underneath. So we scoop up that leg, palms face to the sky. Those fingers are spread far and wide. Take a breath in, find your posture. Exhale to pull your heart toward that calf, really feeling all those sensations in the right hip. It's good stuff. 1 more breath in. Deep breath out. Fantastic. We're going to inhale to slide out of that space. We're going to let the hands come to the ground as that left foot hooks in toward the right behind, and then letting ourselves sit up nice and tall. Hands on this front leg, just actively pressing it down to really expand on the outside of the hip. Beautifully done. We're going to make our way right back where we began, which is with feet on the floor, knees bent. Once we get here, we're going to bring those hands back behind us 1 more time, just for 1 more wash of those hips from side to side. Hopefully you're feeling a little more open, a little more spacious, a little bit lighter. And then we're going to find center. We're going to heel toe those feet nice and wide. And then we're going to let the knees fall in to support each other. So a deep internal rotation of the hip, which is an unusual place to find the hips. We don't often have internal rotation, so it might feel a little weird in the beginning. We're going to let one leg fall into that space. Let's let the left leg fall in as the right leg opens out. So deep, deep internal rotation of the left side here. Let's switch that. So bring the right knee in as the left knee falls out. Now my hips are making a little bit of noise here. Yours might be too. Good. We'll do one more. Right falls in. And find center. We're going to heel toe those feet so they're side by side. And from here, we're going to roll ourselves all the way onto our spine. So let's bring those hands around the shins. We're going to inhale up nice and tall. Really extend the top of the head to the sky here. And then as you exhale, we're going to scoop into the belly. Use the hands to walk up the length of the legs as you start to lower down, middle back. Shoulder blades all the way down. Palms come to the mat. And those feet get to walk in a little bit closer as the head lands. We're going to heel toe those feet back out super duper wide here. So let's take those feet out about as wide as we can get them. This time, we're going to let both knees fall completely to the right. So that left knee is dropping in as that right knee is dropping out. Big rotation here on this left hip flexor. Feels amazing. Let's take it a little bit further by taking the left hand to the sky. And then exhale, reach it to the right. So there's a little bit of a twist and a fold happening here. So the left hand is reaching to the right, the spine is curving to the right, the left hip has fallen in. Take one breath. And slowly start to slide back to center. Release the hands to the side and bring the knees up. Exhale, let everything fall to the left. Good. Let's make it a little bit yummier. Take that right arm, reach it up and back. And then reach it to the left. Find a little bit of a curve in the spine here. Feels fantastic. 2 more breaths right here. And 1 more. Let's slowly slide it back to center. Hands come down by the sides. And those knees come up. Let's just let those knees wash out again. So let them just kind of float from side to side. Lots of sensations happening. Let's take those feet. Walk them nice and close. So close that the soles can come together and the knees can fall apart. Finding your reclined butterfly pose. Take a moment to press into the palms, lift your tail, lift your shoulder blades, kind of reset them so they're a little bit more comfortable, a little bit happier. Once you're there, let's let those hands rest on the belly. We're going to close our eyes. And as you close your eyes here, I simply want you to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. As you focus on your breath, you might feel your thighs opening and releasing and getting softer. Let your shoulder blades relax down. Let all the muscles in your face relax down. Take 3 more easy breaths here. And then slow and sweet, start to close those knees up, letting the feet find the mat. We're going to draw the knees into the heart, hands right on top. A little rock from side to side always feels good here. And when you're ready for full relaxation, let those feet come back to the mat, slide them out nice and long, and let the hands find the floor. Thank you so much for being here, and namaste.